YAHAWASHI, QADASH. Shalom, shalom. I give double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone to teach them well. Peace and salutations be to the full elect. Brother Talzam Gabar coming at you from the Prophets in Babylon camp here in Tampa, Florida. And it's also going to be on this video with this woman in the gym trying to escape this man. Clearly the dude was burning. He was ready to get at it, man. And the woman was in the gym alone. It was just him and her alone. And she couldn't do nothing but run and try to call someone to help her. You know, because these women can't really fend for themselves. All they can do is try to escape, you know, against a man. Because the woman was made to be a weaker vessel. And that's in all things. Like, she can't really... her mind doesn't expand as far as a man's mind. Neither can her body surpass the limits of a man's body. You know, that's why these women go off into taking testosterone stuff and boosters and things like that, because the things that the man has naturally, the woman needs to get it surgically and take supplements and stuff like that to get what the man has, so that they can somewhat come to close to a man's physique, or, you know. But they were made to be the weaker vessel. A woman can easily be devoured in a troublesome time. So you see this woman, she's trying to escape this man, and the whole time she's trying to call 911 or, you know, call for help. And she's so panicked in her mind that she ends up running past the door the first time, and has to struggle with this man even more. The struggle is even greater when she ran past the door, man. You know. But let me grab this scripture real quick. And I'm gonna make something quick and simple, not too long. Alright, so this is the book of Isaiah chapter 32 and verse, let's see. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be as in a hiding place from the wind. And that wind is like destruction, danger, peril. You know, in those days, a man gonna be a hiding place from danger, from other men. And not only just other men, but the other dangers of the world. To avoid dangers and traps, it takes a certain level of sense. You gotta have a certain level of sense. You gotta have a certain level of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know. Matter of fact, I'll grab that real quick before we finish up on that. Isaiah 33 and 6 says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, is his treasure." So it's not only just any ordinary man a woman must have. She has to have a man of the Lord to be ultimately protected from the dangers to come in this world, man. You know, ain't no bunker or no stocked up food or guns. Money is going to save you in that day. Scripture talks about riches shall not deliver in the time of wrath, man. You can't buy your way out of the Lord's destruction or the Lord's judgments. You know, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is the true wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, you know, the Lord is the only thing that's going to be able to protect you in that day. It says, Isaiah 32 and 2 is, "And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place." Because what? The men are going to be a rarity in those days. Men of the Lord are going to be a rarity in those days, and even now is a rarity. You know, you try to run into a man of the Lord, you find men, and that's in the false doctrines, as in the wrong camps, and learning the wrong things, and they think MOTB is white woman. It's not a man of the Lord, believe it or not, man. It's just a regular man. It's worse than a regular man, you know. And then you do find a man of the Lord, he's on a whole nother level. He don't really, you know, he's not really playing with you woman like that. He's trying to improve improve you women, but you women don't want to be improved in that way. What you really want is a nigga. What these women want now is a nigga, so they're not attracted to the men of the Lord. But when those days come and there's nothing left but the men of the Lord that's surviving, they're surviving and thriving, they're eating good, they look healthy, you know, that's all they're gonna run to. They're gonna flock to a man like that fast. And the man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place. So imagine finding a river of water, fresh, clean water, in a dry place in the middle of a desert. You know, you gonna run to that water and drink as much as you can, and you gonna stay by that water as long as possible. You're gonna try to take up all that water so that you can survive. It's the same thing with these women. They're gonna cling to that man very hard, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. All right, so the shadow of a great rock in a weary land is just like a hot desert. Imagine finding a big rock with a shadow behind it. You've been getting beamed up by the sun. You've been getting beamed by the sun all day. As soon as you find that shadow behind that rock, you're going to stay there until that sun goes down. And that sun can be likened into that danger. You know, that's what a man shall be like in those days, is a shadow protecting you from the sun, you know. It says, Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. So 7 women means completion. It could be more than 7. It could be less than 7. All right. But we do know it's going to be multiple women clinging to one man. It says, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right, so they're going to come to a man and saying they're going to do their own, they're going to take care of themselves, just protect them, you know. They're going to eat their own food, find their own food, and find their own clothes, just protect them, you know, because that's all they're going to be worried about. These women are really timid when it comes to danger. They're really timid when it comes to times of stress and tribulation. They break very easily, you know. So that's why you're gonna have women. There's another version of that scripture. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I forget which one it was. So I can bear with me. That's just NLT, the NLT version of Isaiah 4:1. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. All right, so they're going to be fighting for each man, but you know, it's going to be multiple women fighting over one man. They ain't going to have no problem being settling down with that man altogether. And that day ain't going to be, oh, this my man, you stay away from my man. It ain't going to be none of that, man. It's going to be what he says goes. You know, and if he wants more than one, he's gonna take more than one. You know, that's how it's gonna be in those days. It ain't gonna be no simp ass super simp, friendly neighborhood simp. No, it ain't gonna be none of those. It's gonna be real stern men of the Lord that these women are gonna be after, man. You know, they despise the men of the Lord now, but in that day, the men of the Lord is gonna be the most precious thing walking upon the earth. And even now already are. They just don't realize it. When this world fails, and all things in this world begin to fail, the true value is going to stand out. And the true value is going to be wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And the only ones that's going to have that is the men of the Lord. You know, these niggas in the world only got understanding of how to flip money and how to steal and how to rob and how to kill. You know, scriptures say they're wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. So in that day, there ain't gonna be no more of those niggas. Woman, you ask a woman what she wants. She says she wants a drug dealer. You know, well, you're gonna get drug dealers in those days, and your ass gonna be the drugs, and they gonna be the dealers. You're gonna put your ass in a room, and people gonna come in with cans of peaches, and they're gonna be selling your box for a can of peaches. All right, you get 15 minutes for this can of peaches. Somebody gonna bring in 2 Oreos. Nigga gonna get 30 minutes, and this woman gonna get used up to the death, man. You know, there's a movie called, I believe it was called The Divide. Let me see if I can, if it's the movie. Yeah, the movie The Divide. Watch that movie, man. It's about these people that got stuck in a bunker doing nuclear missiles. An apocalypse where nuclear missiles took place outside. They were getting bombed. And they were all in this bunker, and there was radiation outside, and the radiation began to leak inside the bunker. And the people got really sick, began to get sick, and they started acting very crazy. They're going crazy over the food. The woman, they were taking advantage of the woman in there. There was one woman in there that was just getting passed around, man. This woman ended up getting raped to death, you know. That's what they're gonna be doing to y'all ass in those days, man. You're gonna be for a spoil. And you're gonna really realize what you really are. These women gonna realize their true worth in that day in Jacob's trouble, because they think that they're worth something now. Well, let's see what you're worth in that day. Let's see what you're really worth in that day, when a can of peaches is worth more than you. You know. But let me grab this scripture and close out with this. Isaiah 32:10 says, "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." All right, tremble ye women that are at ease. So you're at ease now, but the scripture tells you to tremble. It says, "Be troubled, ye careless ones. Why strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins?" Why is it telling you to do this, man? You know, because you're coming to a great time of suffering. A great time of suffering, and in a time of suffering, you women are counted less than nothing. You're counted as liabilities. And ain't no man gonna want a liability in that day. You're counted as another mouth to feed. You're counted as a hindrance, a nuisance. You know, a man that's trying to survive and he got a woman behind his ear crying all the time. No, man, ain't nobody want to be around that. A woman on a menstrual begin to funk up because she ain't got access to cleaning materials or feminine products, feminine hygiene products. Nobody gonna want to be around that shit, man. That's gonna be adding vexation to vexation, you know. So these women gonna literally be begging to be taken with, take me with you, please take me with you. These women gonna be begging, man. You brothers that struggle with women now, you ain't gonna struggle in that day. They gonna come to you and they gonna be chasing your ass through the cities, man. You gonna have to run from their ass, and that's real shit, man. Brothers be having dreams of that. You know, I had this Salakia. A brother had this one spiritual dream, man, and it was beautiful. You know it was spiritual. This brother was getting chased by a woman. He was in the time of troubles. In the end, he was getting chased by a woman. In the same dream, the Lord appeared in the dream and delivered him up from the destruction of Babylon, you know. But throughout the majority, all of Jacob's trouble, the whole time of suffering, this man was getting persecuted by women. Not like persecuted like, oh, I'm for to kill you, but like, oh, save me, help me, protect me, help me, protect me. That shit was annoying, man. That was the annoyance in those days. Just like men are now. A woman can't go to the gym without a man coming up and saying, "What's up?" That's gonna be the same thing in those days. When a man can't go outside a building or step outside into the world without a woman running up and say, "Oh, take me with you, take me with you." You know. So don't even worry about women right now, man. Focus on the Lord, YAHAWASHI, and the things that you need gonna come to you. The things that you want gonna come to you, and we're gonna see if you really want it in that day. It's not gonna be like, you know, something that you're gonna want in those days. You know, trust and believe that, man. You know, but I want to give all glory, honor, praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, and QADASH, and I truly hope this lesson was edifying to you. I keep an eye to listen to truth and sincerity. Next one, I want to say shalom.